Hey there guys, how you doing here? This is Joe and today I'm back with more of the Talos principle, but for something a little bit different. It's time to delve into another community map which is available on the Steam Workshop, and this is actually from a guy I know. This is from a guy named Mangy Eye. I always see the guy on Steam, always hangs out when we stream the game on the Twitch channel, and yeah, he's one of the guys who actually made a challenge list which kind of helps you kind of gives you kind of a direction in ways you can kind of manipulate the game to solve puzzles in different ways. And this is his first custom map for the game, and I was pretty excited to jump into this. And as you can see, this looks very jarring. It's kind of got this green kind of look, and yeah, it's pretty crazy, and it's a pretty awesome map. Took me about 2 hours to do. And this is post commentary because I always like to play these without actually commentating on them and making a video, because I never know how long they're going to last. Like, I've played a couple of these that like took me 5 hours to do or so, you know, and just doing live commentary for that and then editing it down is pretty difficult. So now I just kind of edit it up and do my commentary over it and give my impressions. And yeah, this is actually a map that kind of requires you to kind of use the game's mechanics in numerous ways. It's very good in that way. Like, pretty much all of the ways you kind of exploit the game, this kind of takes advantage of, and you kind of have to figure out how to solve the puzzles, maybe by thinking outside the box straight from the off. And this first puzzle here is one of those, because as you can see, I'm still getting used to this map. This is literally the first take of this. This is the first thing I did when I jumped in here, and I need to try and get that, and the jump doesn't work. Never mind. So now I realise that, oh, maybe I need to walk on the force field here, which is something you can kind of do in the main game. And there it is, first sigil down. It's worth noting that there's 11 sigils in total in this game, including stars, blue sigils and grey sigils. And it's kind of formatted into floors, so there's only 2 floors in this version, and Mangy Eye is going to keep updating it. So I'm going to be playing floor 1 and floor 2 today, and spoilers ahead, I'm going to solve everything. So if you I highly recommend you don't actually watch this. I'd rather you just go and play it yourself if you have the game. It's really fun, pretty challenging, especially if you haven't finished the main game yet and you're not familiar with some of the kind of weird mechanics this game has. But it's definitely a challenge in that regard, and a pretty fun one that I was ready for, and I was really looking forward to Mangy Eye's map, and he kind of delivered. So here it is. Now this is Jammers in Prime, and I had to use the jammer from the other side of the room over there. But there's also another sigil down there, and it's worth noting that this contains blue sigils and grey sigils and stars. And there's 5 grey sigils, 4 blue sigils, and 2 stars, I believe. And that makes 11. And here you're going to see me mess around trying to get in there. And it's like, it's pretty tough because I've only got 1 jammer and I've got this door, so you know, I have to kind of like figure out a way. Like, am I missing something here? Do I need to like bring something into the room? It's this was actually one of the most baffling things to me, and I think it was actually the last thing I solved. And yeah, this video is going to jump all over the place, go from puzzle to puzzle. I've cut out some of the tedious workings of me trying to solve the puzzles, because on some of the puzzles, like the majority of the time was me solving them. It like took me like probably like an hour on one of them. It was crazy. And maybe like 20 or so minutes on another one, but when we get there we'll talk about it. And this is another puzzle that kind of baffled me at first. Like, what the hell am I supposed to do here? Jumping to conclusions, I believe this one is called. And as you can see, we've got a force field, we've got stairs, no tools. Like, I don't know how I'm supposed to jam that door open, but I guess we'll come back to that later. But here we are in supply drop. You know, pretty overwhelming when you first come into this room. You've got a turret, you've got these 2 force fields, that's going to kill me. And we've also got this window here, so here we go. I'm going to hit the switch there and see what it does. Can't actually tell initially, but it actually operates kind of a couple of force fields at the back on the left hand side at the back there. And there we go, you can see me kind of picking up on that. But this was a fun one. I actually enjoyed this this puzzle. And what is worth saying about this map, Exploit Collector, is that it's actually, it kind of feels like it's like the whole room and the whole 2 floors is kind of like one puzzle. Like all the rooms kind of blending together well, and you'll see instances of that later. So it's pretty cohesive in the way it's presented. And the mine bounces off the shocker there, so I'm thinking, oh, okay, I guess I've got to kind of time this a bit better maybe, like hitting that switch doesn't really do anything. And I'm kind of picking up on that maybe I need to guide this mine somewhere. And there it goes through the door. Then it's going to bounce off that. It's going to go up. And there it is. It's kind of stuck now. I think I've kind of fucked up a little bit. So I'll let that out, and there's not really much I can do. It's pretty interesting that there's a jammer there too. Wasn't really entirely sure what that does either. And that's one of the things this game kind of makes use of. Well, this map pack makes use of, I should say, is that you'll see like jammers placed throughout some of the maps, and it's weird, like kind of solving them kind of manipulates where they fall and to get rid of obstacles. I thought that was a pretty cool mechanic, one I've not really seen in the main game too much. But yeah, here we go. I just kind of skipped to a portion of me trying to solve this. I kind of looked around for a little bit, and then I thought I'd give it another shot. So here we go. And I'm going to jam that, and I'm going to take the downstairs route this time, just for the simple fact that upstairs seems to get the mine stuck, and I feel like I need to get the mine to this turret here so I can get by. So there we go. And then I need to bring this out. Completely missed my cue there, I guess. So if I can get an angle just right here. There it goes. And there comes the mine. Now let's see if we can actually get it down here. That would be nice. Any second now. There it is. I can hear it beeping away. Boom. Nicely done. So that was cool to see. I feel like we've solved it. I'm going to drop this now. And yeah, let's see if we can actually get around here now the turret's gone. Looks like we can pretty much go through, and there's a star and a grey sigil in this level. Back there. So maybe I need to do something in here to try and get those. And yeah, I've got another jammer now as well, so maybe I can use this to help. Really fun trying to figure this out. Obviously, I can only jam one there. Gonna have a look up here, see if we can see anything. Not really, but I can kind of jam that wall over there. I don't think that's really going to do much. What's also worth noting about this map is that each floor brings in a different tool to use. So for example, your first tool is going to be the jammer, and that's pretty much all of floor 1. And then you'll unlock the reflector, as you can see in the top left hand corner when I exit the levels, and that pretty much allows me to it kind of separates them in a way. It's kind of spacing it out. So I guess when he does add more, floor 3 is going to be like boxes, and then you're going to have fans and things like that. So it's kind of like a tier system. It's like the raid, the Talos principle, the raid style, I guess, just working your way up. And that's pretty cool. Kind of doesn't all spring it on at you at once and overwhelm you. Kind of incorporates clever mechanics between the different tools that you're going to use. And here I'm just like thinking, how the fuck am I supposed to get up here? Like, I feel like I'm on the right track trying to jump across there, so maybe I need to go and give that another try. I guess we'll see. I'm going to go and try that again now. There it is. Nicely done. And then I'm wondering if I can maybe jump on those from here, but I'm not sure. And there's a fan piece, but we haven't unlocked the fan yet. In fact, you can't even unlock the fan in the current build of this workshop map. Like I said, it's floor tiered, and the only first 2 floors are available at the moment. So, yeah, when the other floors come, you know, maybe we'll come back and get that fan and be able to go into the corner over there. Looks like you can place it down, and that's going to take you to some kind of secret maybe. I'm not entirely sure, but it's pretty cool to keep that in mind for future builds of this map. Alright, I'm going to jump across. Still trying to think, there must be something I can do, otherwise they wouldn't make this jumpable, like. So I'm trying to figure out a way to... And I'm looking at these now, and I'm wondering, like, I wonder if I could actually jump that. It looks pretty far away. Like, I don't know. It's kind of thinking, how would I get the star and the grey sigil at the same time? Like, they're so close to each other. Maybe there's a way to do it. So I'm going to jam the back one and kind of leave the middle one there. I think it would have been better if I just... Yeah. There we go. Nice! Kind of made that jump there off the second force field. I'm not sure if that was the intended solution. Maybe it would have been better if I actually just didn't jam the first one to give me a better thing to land on, but yeah, here we go. But that was that one solved, and here we are back in Jump to Conclusions, and I'm still trying to figure this one out. Like, I just don't even understand what I'm supposed to do initially. Like, no idea. There's a jammer up there, force field, and I'm looking at the force field now and I'm thinking, I wonder if I can jump on top of that force field. Maybe I can jump on top of it. Maybe, I mean, the title Jump to Conclusions kind of gave me a bit of a tip, and I'm just going to try and jump on it there. I'm missing the first couple of times, still can't do it, but I feel like I'm on the right track now. This is like literally my only option in this map. I can't do anything else, and I've made it. Nice. Pretty excited when I made that jump, and then I fell and the door's locked and the force field is up, so I'm kind of screwed. But yeah, maybe we should try that again, and maybe I need to jump over the gate. There we go, made it in one. Gonna try and jump over that. I thought this was actually a pretty clever mechanic, like, and again I mess it up. I just can't get this jump down, man. I feel like I'm on the right track. I guess I need to sprint a little bit, get a bit of momentum behind it, try and get over. But I thought this was an awesome mechanic. It kind of tricked you into making you believe that you needed a key to get through that door, when in actual fact it looks like you just need to jump over it. So I really love this one. I thought it was pretty clever. And I still can't make this, man. My timing on these jumps is pretty shitty. And this is actually one of the maps that didn't really take me too long. I mean, I had to keep coming back to it. That's why these videos are so segmented, like the segments I'm doing, because I had to keep coming back to areas. Like, I wasn't sure if I needed to solve other puzzles before I could do other ones, and yes, there it is. We made it. And we've got some kind of podium there. But I guess I can unlock this door now with the keys, but I'm still blocked in. But yeah, looks like I've got the 2 sigils here. And looks like I didn't trigger anything in this room, but maybe I unlocked something somewhere? I don't know. Still got a jammer up there, and there's still a grey sigil behind me. And that's what's worth noting about this puzzle room, I guess, is that obviously you've got a grey sigil in here, and this map also has blue sigils, and the blue sigils unlock items, and the grey sigils are kind of I guess you're going to need them for a future update of this game, maybe when we get to the last floor or something, so you have to kind of collect them all as you go. It's pretty interesting, like, there's kind of 2 different sets of sigils to get. I like the way it works. But yeah, here I am again. I see that little hole on the roof there with a jammer thing, so again, not really sure what I have to do, but maybe we'll get to it later. But yeah, I unlocked the reflector now, so maybe we can go to the 2nd floor. Here we go. Gonna use the fan and try and fly up. Looks like we can go up here. Here we are. So this is a second floor. It's looking very blue. And kind of a nice change from the colour-coded green. So I guess the floors are going to have different codes on them. Like first floor green, second floor blue. Not sure what the other ones are going to be. But yeah, looks like we've got 4 more rooms here. So let's see what we can do. First one I'm going to head into is the Red Receiver of Death. And this looks pretty overwhelming at first. I wasn't really sure what the name insinuated, but you got so many lasers and connectors. And this is actually my first try doing this. This is pretty much what I first did. And I get electrocuted and die. So yeah, don't hit the switch. The name now makes sense. But the way I solved this one is pretty weird. I just like jumped on that and then ran out straight away. And the gun kind of powers down and... yeah. I don't really understand what happened. I don't know if that was... I feel like I cheated it some way because... I don't know. Like... and then I'm just free to kind of connect the blue. And I can run and get the blue sigil. So... is that the intended way? It doesn't feel the intended way. There was like so much else, there was like so much more going on in this level, like I just didn't even fathom that that could be that simple. It literally took me like a minute to do, just by running out of the level, so again, I'm not sure if that works, but I'll take the quicker method every time. I like doing that one. But yeah, here we are, back out into the main hub. Just cut out a bunch of me exploring and probably failing at some puzzle rooms. And then now I'm gonna... maybe... where am I gonna go next? I've got the reflector up here. I'm not even sure if I could, like, should be able to bring the reflector up. Like, the door downstairs just remains open now, so I'm not really sure what triggered it to remain open, because I needed to use this to open it to begin with. So that's weird. I don't know if I'm, like, supposed to bring the reflector with me, but screw it, I did. And here I'm just, like, trying to figure out a way, maybe where I can use this to my advantage. Or maybe I can use it in this puzzle room at the end here. So I'm going to test it out. And yeah, this is Deceive the Deceiver. This actually took me a while to do. I was like messing around on this like at least 30 minutes before I probably did this. And you're going to see me now try and connect this up from the outside. And I'm wondering if I can do it, because to get the star, this is a star room. That's all you need. It's just behind a red door. And I kind of figured that if I connect that one to red, I wonder if I can kind of cheese it and get through. And again, it's like making me wonder if this is actually the intended solution or not, because I tried really hard to get the red receiver in Deceive the Deceiver, and I couldn't do it. So I thought, fuck it. I'm going to cheese this again so I don't get killed, run out of the room. Again, I'm not sure if I'm meant to be doing that. But yeah, now... the turret is down. I can kind of connect this to that. And I can just come around this corner and connect it to that one. And there it is. I can just run straight through and get the star. And I'm not even going to show you down there. But it's like... there's like another red receiver down there. And I think there's another blue one as well. It all kind of gets crossed up. And it's really difficult to navigate. But I found this solution to be pretty awesome. Again, that was a pretty difficult one until I kind of figured out to use a red light source from that room. But yeah, I'll take it. So that was pretty awesome. I really like that solution. Alright, quantum color duality. And again, this is a pretty interesting one. It's a grey sigil room. And then I'm trying to figure out the best way to get it. So I feel like I need to kind of trigger both of these doors open here. And to do that, I feel like I need to manipulate this shocker through the light beams of light to open the doors in like sync. So here you'll see me kind of running through trying to get through these doors. Not quite got it. Get through the first one but not the second one. So I'm going to try placing that again, and it's just finding that sweet spot actually. And you should be able to kind of get through the doors in like sequence. Can we do it now? Oh, now I'm fucked up and I can't even get through the blue door, so... Alright, let's try this one more time, maybe. Again, I'm trying it a bit closer here, but I don't think this is going to work. Yeah, that's even worse. Looks like I need to be further back. They're closing faster, so try and get as far back as possible. That should do it, maybe. Alright, first door, second door, nice. And then we're brought to the second room here. And that's not actually the sigil. That's a place to put blue sigils in to unlock something. Looks like the items for the next floor, maybe? So this is purely just a grey sigil room, and I'm thinking that maybe I need to get these reflectors back to the starting point where that grey sigil was, because there's nothing down there. So now I'm going to try and run these back, maybe, and try and get that grey sigil. But yeah, if you don't have one on that switch there, it kind of jams the shocker so you can't get through the doors again. I thought that was pretty interesting. Again, it's another room that makes use of jammers, kind of jamming the obstacles around you and the map. It's pretty cool. So I'm going to get through the second door, and then I need to start making my way to the sigil. It's like there's like what, 4 force fields, and I've only got 3 switches because I can't take the one off there because of this. If I take it off the switch, then that'll freeze and I won't be able to get back through. So I guess I need to use 3 of these. And I'm a bit confused. I'm like, can I stand on one of these? Maybe if I put it on that. Well, maybe put it on the one I'm standing on and then stand on this. And there it is, I got it, nice! So yeah, you just kind of have to build a path of reflectors, and we got it. Sweet. That was a pretty cool one. I like how it made you go all the way through the level to then come back to the start. But that's another thing worth noting, that this puzzle doesn't really make use of gates like lowering when you solve a room to get out quicker. The rooms are pretty well optimised to get out quickly. You're not like trapped in them or anything, from what I found. But yeah, here we are. Going back to jump to conclusions now. And I'm trying to figure out the best way to kind of do this. I feel like I missed something earlier. The sigil is still in there. That's pretty much the whole purpose of this room. I need to get that grey sigil. But yeah, I realise I can kind of jump up here and get on this. And I'm wondering if I need to jam that. There's like a hole in the roof. I'm not really entirely sure what it is for. But I can't reach it from up there, and I can just reach it from here. So I jam it from there, and then I'm going to run round and drop down and see if that can help me out, because the hole in the ceiling is now open. And I think I saw a secret passage on the second floor that maybe leads to it, so let's go and see. This is awesome. I love how the floors kind of link with each other. And yeah, there's like a secret passage here, and it leads to this hole that you can't normally get from unless you jam it from that exact spot. And then I'm free to kind of jump over here and get this jammer, it seems. So hopefully, there it is. Nice. I had to come into this room like 4 or 5 times before I even figured this one out. Like, I had to keep coming back to it. It's not very often I have to do that. Like when I play this game normally, you know, you kind of stay in a room until you've done it. But the way this, Exploit Collector kind of works is that, I don't know, it kind of encourages you to go to different rooms and then maybe come back to it and stuff. And I really like that about it. The whole world feels like one big puzzle. But yeah, there we go. And I wonder if there's a way we can kind of get these 2 sigils here. Maybe I have to leapfrog. Get that 1 sigil, sorry. And get these 2 jammers in. Maybe I can leapfrog them, and I can. I'm going to bring this in and jam that first door. Then I'm going to jam the second one, hopefully. There it is, and now I guess I can just climb around and come back the way I went in. Going to jump on the door, but yeah, there it is. Run and jump across there. And man, this is one of the cleverest maps, one of the cleverest puzzle rooms I've played. I really enjoyed this one. It really required me to think, and I had to come back to it a few times. Really good work on that one, Mangy Eye. Really enjoyed that. That was really cool. In fact, I enjoyed most of the puzzle rooms on this. A lot of them were really fun to do. It's a really fun map pack. A lot of good puzzles. And then now I'm just messing around, seeing if I can maybe jam something from afar. But not connecting with anything, unfortunately, so... Forever trying to achieve something, but not today, I guess. And now we're going to move on to the next room. So this is the blue source of death. Now, this is the one that took me the longest to do. It was literally frying my brain to begin with. I had to actually ask Mangy Eye for a hint because I just couldn't figure it out. And you've seen footage of me doing this, and I kind of figured out what I need to do. And yeah, it's kind of like the opposite of the red light puzzle. In that, well, Mangy Eye told me that in this you're trying to stop power to the blue, in the red light you're trying to stop power to the red. And it took me a while to even pick up on that, and I even had to ask for help then. And I was in this is probably what took me the longest time. It took me like an hour to do, I think, something like that. So it was a crazy amount of time just fucking around trying different ways. I tried everything before I even tried this, and I kind of realized that maybe I need to block this blue light then, right? And how would I do that? I'd have to kind of cross streams with it to stop it. So here I'm trying to cross the red into the blue light, because as soon as the blue triggers, I'm gonna get instant killed. And that's going to happen over and over again in this level. Like, and it's trying to find the sweet spots on this little falling ramp. It's kind of funny that they slide down. It's kind of, you know, it's like, it makes it that much more difficult because the physics kind of push them down a little bit. But yeah, you need to try and connect them in a way that kind of disrupts the blue light. Because if the blue light triggers, you're dead. So the only light I want to trigger is the red light, and that's going to lower the force fields at the end there. So let's see if I can get it this time. It's a tough one. And the switch just instantly lowers the force fields, by the way. So you're kind of fucked. And I'm dead again. It's really one of those precision placement things, you know, you've got to put them down in the exact spot. And the funny thing about this map as well is there's actually two sigils if you look at the back. There's the first blue one, and then there's like, I think there's a grey one back there. But yeah, this was Mangy Eye says he wanted me to do he wanted to get my reactions, and unfortunately I didn't do live commentary for this, so I'm sorry Mangy Eye, but you're just gonna get my post reactions. But yeah, I was swearing a few times. I was like, what the fuck am I meant to do? Like, it's really baffled me. And again, it's just making use of mechanics that you kind of saw in the main game, but didn't really use like this. You know, there was no instant death if you didn't figure it out, so... This was probably my least favourite puzzle room, by the way. Least favourite. But it was definitely, you know, it didn't rely on twitch reflexes there, so I've got to give it that. I didn't have to make any crazy jumps, so that was cool. Is that it? Got to keep my eye on that blue light just to make sure it's connecting still. I'm just kind of watching it now. There we go. Did I do it? No, that right one is triggered. Yeah. And that's what threw me off at first. You've got to disrupt both of them. I'm like, how the fuck do I disrupt both? Because I can obviously block one like by being a robot and standing in it, you know, but then I need to get to the other side. So that's the thing. And it also looks like I need to take one of them with me as well, because there's a switch back there. So I'm trying to leave one of these reflectors spare so I can like take it with me. And I can connect on that, connect on that. Is that it? Again, it's all about lining it up, man. This took me the longest time. And this isn't even half of it. You're just literally seeing me do this level when I actually figured out the solution. Like, I was trying so much shit before I even came in here and tried to do it all. It was like crazy how much I was trying to do. Crazy. Did I do it? I think I did it. Nice! There it is. We've got it. Managed to block both of those and power up the red. And then I'm going to pick up this sigil. And now I'm wondering, how the fuck am I supposed to get that one? Because as soon as, like, I hit this, it's going to trigger. Like, I basically can't do much because if the blue light hits that switch, then the gun's going to come out. So I'm trying to jump up there, see if we can get that. So I'm thinking, how do I block the blue light from here? And I'm wondering if I can maybe block it by putting this on the switch, like kind of getting in the way of where the blue light would pass through. Well, there it is. So I'm kind of blocking the switch there. And now I'm doing the risky strategy of running back to pick this up. Because as soon as I remove this, the blue light's going to be getting through. There we go. And I obviously need to put this on 2 switches. So now I'm going to pick this up and try and get it before the gun activates and kills me. And we got it. Nice. And I'm dead. Oh well. But yeah, there we are. Solved that one. That was a pain in the arse. And now we're back on the lower floor here. And I still need to try and get the blue sigil from the jammers in Prime across the way. Remember the blue sigil from the grey sigil from right at the start? That's the last thing I'm going to get. It's like the last one I need. And I was in here for a while trying to figure out how do I do this. And then I kind of discovered it by an accident. I was just fucking around here. And I'm trying to figure out like if I can kind of grab it from the other side. By like running through. And there it is! What I did was I just like ran and like sprinted and ran at the same time. And picked it up. And somehow exploited the jammer onto the other side. And then I was just able to come in and pick this up. So that was awesome. And that was the last grey sigil, guys. All 11, there we go. We've got 4 blue sigils, the 5 grey sigils, and the 2 stars. And yeah, the blue light puzzle was definitely the worst. In fact, that was the only one that really gave me problems. But yeah, that was the order I did all of them in. And I was kind of zigzagging back and forth between all of them. And now you're going to see me come into Quantum Colour Duality to kind of use up my blue sigils here. Because if you remember, at the back of this room, there's actually another one of the tetranome puzzles where I can put these in and unlock the box, I guess. So you're going to see me come down here and try and unlock the box. But yeah, overall guys, I've got to say, I was really impressed with this map. I think I've clocked in 2 hours and 20 minutes of playing time. A lot of that was me trying to figure out the puzzles and kind of mess around with the mechanics a little bit. But yeah, probably about 2 hours in total. And looking back, I probably could have gave live reactions, but you know, I do like to play these in my own time and not really commentate too much. If I know it's going to be a shortish one, then maybe I'll do a live commentary, but when I don't know how long they're going to be, I always like to do posts on them and just kind of like give my impressions that way, just so I can concentrate and just kind of like chill out and just play them at my own pace, you know. But yeah, really good map from Mangy Eye. I've got to say, I was pretty impressed and I didn't expect anything less, because this is a funny tactic here. You need to try and get through the door, and I had to do it by like triggering the triggering the line there and kind of running through at a split second's notice. So yeah, I kind of like how it's called Exploit Collector, because the map does require you to kind of get exploits and you know, exploit the game mechanics in a way. And yeah, definitely cool. So yeah, definitely props to Mangy Eye. I said to him I was kind of hoping he'd kind of take this route and kind of give me a workshop map that kind of is grounded on the mechanics of the game and kind of makes you think outside the box all the time. And this map definitely did it. And this is only the first 2 floors. There's actually a lot more to come. I'm not sure how many floors in total there's going to be, but maybe a couple more. And yeah, I'm really excited to see the next iterations of this and the updated content. I'm not sure if I kind of cheesed my way through 1 or 2 of these puzzles. Manger, I'll have to tell me. Deceive the Deceiver. Was that meant to be done like that? I feel like it was. It was very clever if so. But yeah, the red light puzzle, I'm not sure if I cheesed that one, maybe. But yeah, and that's it guys. That's pretty much this room, this workshop map. You can download it. Obviously the description will be below and the link will be in there, so you can check it out. And yeah, I kind of just spoiled all the puzzles, so I'm hoping you didn't watch all this before playing. Hopefully you maybe saw 1 or 2 and went to decide to go and play it yourself. But yeah, I really recommend it. It was really cool. Really glad to see more workshop content as well. There hasn't been any for a while, so it's really cool of MainGI to put this out with the first 2 floors. And you're not seeing me do much now. I'm just fucking around with the reflector to see if I can like maybe cheese it a little bit more. I'm basically trying to see if I can get in that end room in some capacity, but I don't think it's possible. To get like it through this door. It's not connecting up, so yeah, just me having a little bit of fun at the end of the map. But yeah, there it is guys. Like I said, check it out, link in the description. Exploit Collector, completely out the box thinking, a lot of great puzzles, really fun map, really enjoyed my time with it. And yeah, I didn't really get bored of this one. The only thing that annoyed me was the blue laser puzzle, but we got there in the end, so yeah, nicely done. But yeah, there it is guys, thanks for watching. Exploit Collector by MainGI, available on the Steam Workshop. Really awesome, can't recommend it enough, go and check it out. Thanks for watching and yeah, see you next time guys.